Let's do the second one. Functioning of Parliament, State Legislature and Local Government. Questioner. In the wake of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha suspended questionnaire and private members' business during the last monsoon session of Parliament. A day in Parliament. When do we have questionnaire and 0 hour everything? At 11 a.m. To 12 p.m. we have questionnaire. That is the first hour of the Parliament. And then we have 0 hour, which is not mentioned anywhere in the Constitution. It is rule number 377. It is a special mention. Then we have lunch break and then legislative businesses. So that was suspended during COVID-19 pandemic. About questionnaire, first hour of the sitting. During this, MPs ask questions to ministers and hold them accountable for functioning of their ministries. Both houses follow their own set of rules, which are formulated to govern themselves. At the beginning of the Parliament in 1952, Lok Sabha rules provided for questionnaire to be held every day, whereas in Rajya Sabha, on the other hand, has a provision for questionnaire 2 days in a week. 2 days in a week for Rajya Sabha, for Lok Sabha every day. A few months later, this was changed to 4 days a week. Then from 1964, questionnaire was taking place on every day. Okay, in Rajya Sabha also it is every day from 1964. Categories of questions. We have starred questions, unstarred questions, short notice questions, questions to private members, half an hour discussion. Starred question are oral questions, are questions which are asked and then the answer is given orally. So it can be followed by supplementary questions also. Whereas an unstarred question, they give a written reply. So one cannot ask supplementary questions to it. Short notice questions asked orally after questionnaire. First item of agenda in case no questionnaire planned. Question to private members. Matter connected to the member to whom question is asked. It is relating to a bill or a resolution which is introduced by a private member. Questions are asked about that. Half an hour discussion held with speaker's permission in case member is not satisfied with the answer to the starred or unstarred question. So conditions. 15 days prior notice to the speaker or chairman to ask question. Period can be reduced by speaker or chairman. Only 5 questions per day in Lok Sabha and 7 questions per day in Rajya Sabha by one member. Before asking a question in the Parliament, the member has to give a 15-day notice to the speaker or chairman in a prescribed manner. Such a period can be reduced at the discretion of the chairman or speaker. The permissible limit is 5 per day in Lok Sabha and 7 per day in Rajya Sabha. Suspension of questionnaire in the past. In prelims, there may be a question asking was questionnaire suspended for the first time? No, it was suspended in the past also. It was suspended in 1962, 75, 76, 91, 2004 and 2009. You can remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before this it was suspended. Questionnaire was first dispensed with due to India-China war during the winter session of 1962. Similarly, in 1971 winter session, it was suspended due to war with Pakistan. During the emergency, Parliament functioned without questionnaire for 2 sessions, monsoon session of 1975 and winter session of 1976. 0 hour. The time immediately following the questionnaire has come to be known as 0 hour. It starts at around 12 noon, hence the name. Typically, the discussion on important bills, budget, and other issues of national importance take place from 2 p.m. onwards. Members wishing to raise matters during the 0 hour need to give a notice to the speaker prior to the start of daily session. 0 hour is an Indian parliamentary innovation, and unlike question hour, it is not mentioned in the rules of procedure. 0 hour has been in existence since 1962, and it is not mandatory to have 0 hour every day during the session. Not mandatory, not mentioned in the rules of procedure, and it's an Indian parliamentary innovation. Okay. Parliamentary standing committees. Due to the pandemic, significant amount of the tenure of parliamentary standing committees was lost. Rajya Sabha chairman also called for 2-year fixed tenure for House panels. Thus, 2 options are being looked at. One, to extend the term of the panels for a year, and second, to form new committees for a fixed tenure of 2 years. At present, for parliamentary standing committees, it is 1-year tenure. So, due to pandemic, significant amount was lost, amount of time they could not meet to discuss. So, Rajya Sabha chairman got this thing that it should be extended to 2 years fixed tenure. About parliamentary committees, we have standing committees, ad hoc committees. Standing committees are permanent in nature. They are constituted every year and work on a continuous basis. Whereas ad hoc committees are temporary in nature, cease to exist on completion of the task assigned to them. The Constitution makes a mention of these committees at different places, but without making any specific provisions regarding their composition and tenure. So, Constitution mentions about them, but there is no they did not make any specific provision with related to composition or tenure. So all these matters are dealt by the rules of the 2 houses. Main objective of the Parliamentary Standing Committee is to ensure detailed scrutiny and uphold government accountability, to work in a non-partisan manner. They do scrutiny and uphold the government accountability, aid opposition to play a greater role in exercising control over the executive, engage with relevant stakeholders, ensure financial prudence. Parliamentary standing committees draw their authority from Article 105, Privileges of Parliament Members, and Article 118 on parliamentary authority to make rules for regulating its procedure and conduct of business. Parliament is not bound by the recommendation of these committees. So, Parliament is not bound. Standing Committee. On the basis of the nature of functions performed by them, standing committees are classified into 6 categories. We have financial standing committees, departmental standing committees, committees to inquire, committees to scrutinize and control day-to-day business of the House committees, housekeeping committees or service committees. We have 24 departmental standing committees at present. And this is given in Lakshmikant about standing committees. Office of Profit. A parliamentary panel has sought Centre's response to long pending demand for amending the Constitution to clear ambiguity over definition of Office of Profit. Office of Profit has not been defined in the Constitution or under Representation of People Act 1951, but different courts have interpreted it to mean a position with certain duties that are more or less of public character. Essence is that legislators should be able to carry out their duties in a free and fair manner without any obligation to government of the day. Ruling by the court. The Supreme Court in Pradyut Bordolai versus Swapan Roy 2001 outlined 4 broad principles for determining whether an office attracts the constitutional disqualification. These are whether the government exercises control over appointment, removal, performance of the functions of the office, whether the office has a remuneration attached to it, whether the body in which the office is held has governmental powers of releasing money, allotment of land, granting licenses, etc., whether the office enables the holder to influence by way of patronage. Supreme Court, while upholding disqualification of Jaya Bachchan from Rajya Sabha in 2006, had said that for deciding the question as to whether one is holding office of profit or not, what is relevant is whether the office is capable of yielding a profit or pecuniary gain, and not whether the person actually obtained a monetary gain. So, constitutional provisions. Article 102(1) and Article 191(1). MP or MLA is banned from holding any office of profit under the central or state government. Also under Representation of People's Act 1951, holding an office of profit is ground for disqualification. The Office of Profit Law simply seeks to enforce a basic feature of the Constitution, the principle of separation of power between the legislature and the executive. Legal provisions. Parliamentary Prevention of Disqualification Act 1959 lists a wide-ranging number of offices that are exempted from disqualification. Rajya Sabha elections. Recently, Rajya Sabha elections to 19 seats across 8 states were concluded. Why? Rajya Sabha is a permanent body, and every second year 1/3 members retire and 1/3 are elected. How are they elected? Who elects them? What is the method of election? They are elected by elected members of State Legislative Assembly, proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Constitutional basis. Fourth schedule, seats are allocated on the basis of population. Article 80, total strength 250, out of which 12 are nominated by President. Term is 6 years. If by election elected member remains till remainder of term. If there is a by-election, the elected member will remain till the remainder term. Article 84, qualifications of members. He should be a citizen of India, not less than 30 years, and qualification prescribed by Parliament. What are the other important news? Article 164(1)(a). It states that the total number of ministers, including CM, in the Council of Ministers in a state shall not exceed 15% of the total number of members of the Legislative Assembly of that state, and it was inserted by 91st Amendment to the Constitution. It is being argued that present strength of Council of Ministers in MP Madhya Pradesh is violative of Article 164(1)(a). Breach of privilege. Supreme Court recently gave relief to Arnab Goswami in breach of privilege case for making derogatory remarks against the CM of Maharashtra. Breach of privilege is a violation of any of the privileges of MPs or Parliament under Article 105, or MLAs or both the houses of state legislature under Article 194. Any act that obstructs or impedes either house of the legislature, state legislature, in performing its functions is treated as breach of privilege. As there is no law enacted by Parliament, breach of privileges are governed by the British Parliamentary Conventions. MP Lad Fund. Member of Parliament Local Area Development Fund. Member of Parliament have urged government to release funds for projects sanctioned in 2018-19 which were suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. MP Lad scheme is a central government scheme which provides each MP with the choice to suggest to the district collector for works to the tune of 5 crore per annum. MPs also have to recommend every year work costing at least 15% of MP Lad's entitlement for the year for areas inhabited by SC population and 7.5% for areas inhabited by ST population. Attorney General tenure extended for 1 year. President reappointed KK Venugopalan as Attorney General for 1 year. Article 76 provides for Office of Attorney General. It is the highest law officer in the country. Qualifications: he must be qualified to be appointed as Judge of Supreme Court. Term is not fixed by the Constitution. He holds office during the pleasure of President. He has the right to speak and take part in proceedings of both the Houses of Parliament, but without right to vote. He can take part. He has right to speak, take part in proceedings of both the Houses of Parliament, but without a right to vote. In the next video, we will be doing center-state relations, 6th schedule. Borrowing powers of center and state government, Article 370, Interstate Council and Aspirational Districts Program.